Welcome to the 7th episode of the Beer Review, part of Food at the Trough, which is also part of the Trough Network. This is the episode where Neil and I are twins.
Weird.
Half-acre twins!
We did not actually plan this.
We didn't.
Nobody's going to believe that. It was not planned.
Yes. Anyway, back to the beer. Or to the beer for the first time. This is the seventh episode of the Beer Review. We are doing another Pipeworks beer this time. Pipeworks is, once again, that brewery that just opened in Chicago, really close to us in Bucktown. And this is their second official release. And it's called End of Days. Mm-hmm. It is a milk stout with cocoa and spices. I don't know what to expect out of this.
Yep.
I mean, like a milk stout, so obviously kind of it does imply that it has the lactose, sugars.
Which gives the big, rich creaminess of the milk stout flavors.
Right. And so if you remember our first one, which was the nitro stout, yeah, it has a lot of that. Also, we apologize because it's really thunderstorming out. So if you see flashes or hear the rain, that's not
Chicago.
Us like peeing on the ground. And
that's for episode 8.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so this one, the milk stout and the cocoa the cocoa should make the milk stout interesting, right? I don't know what to expect out of the spices. Like, I don't know what that entails.
So, End of Days is our tribute to the coming of the end of the Mayan calendar. We've aged this milk stout with cocoa nibs, vanilla beans, cinnamon sticks, and ancho chilies. The result is a rich chocolatey stout with just a hint of spice. We hope you'll enjoy this beer before the end of days. There's also a recommendation to make sure that you pour it slowly because as this is a naturally carbonated beer, it's bound to leave some of that sediment behind.
Yeah, so we're a little bit behind on our Pipeworks, but
it's also quite nice looking.
Yes. So hopefully,
all Pipeworks are.
Yeah, they really are.
They do a great job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of the local ones around here do. Like Half Acre.
There you go. It's 6%. Milk stout, like we said. Honestly, I think we just jump right into it.
Yep.
No need to wait. All right, Neil, let's give it a try. So this was with cinnamon and ancho chilies. Ancho chilies. Obviously, it's very stout in the look. I mean, like, there's not much to see for clarity and color here.
Like, nothing gets through it. Like, a lot with the golden ones.
We're holding it up to our side lights, and it's black.
It's black. There's not even a hint of light coming through.
Yeah. Head's pretty good.
It smells so good. I can smell the spice.
See, I can't actually.
I can in, like, the after smell. I don't know if that's a thing or if I'm just a douchebag.
No, if you can smell it.
I actually can. It's not right away because the first thing that I smell is that chocolatey, milky stoutness of it.
Right, and that's what I get.
But afterwards I get this, like, hint, just a very, very hint of spice. And it's really nice.
I mean, that's good to note that at least for
it's the chili, I think.
People that have the nose, that they can get something more out of this than a normal milk stout. Like, I'm definitely not the person that usually gets the good aromas.
You're more so than me, usually you are.
For the IPAs.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm all about the citrus. Anyway, so, I mean... Wow.
Incredibly smooth.
Wow.
And it's
not what I expected at all.
And there, I just got the spice at the very end of it.
The wow to me is that it has the smoothness that you'd expect of a milk stout. Like, it has that, the lactose that smooths over all the other, the maltiness and the any hops that would be, wow, it could really thunderstorming out there. So I apologize if you can hear that. The milk stout really smooths over.
I'm really getting the chili at the end of it.
See, I don't get any cocoa. So I don't. It's called a milk stout with cocoa and spices.
Do you get the spices?
I'm going one by one. Milk stout, you get that. Cocoa, I don't get any of it. Oh my god, the spices are amazing.
And they're so good.
They're so good. That's just weird about it because I've had spiced beers in respect with chilies before, and I think this might be.
It does it so well, and it's mainly because I think the ones that I've had before that didn't do it well didn't give it enough. And you'd almost expect that spiciness, that chilliness would be a detriment to the beer. But,
I mean...
I'm getting the entire flavor at the end. After all the smoothness, all the milkiness of it has gone by.
Yeah.
And it's way in the back of my throat, too. It's not even like the top of my mouth.
Okay. So what I will say about the spiciness is that it's good in the way that it comes into the beer. Like you take the sip and you get the smoothness from the lactose and the milk stout, right? And then the spice comes in towards the end and you're like, wow, this is awesome. What is a detriment to me is that the spiciness, excuse me, hiccups. That's a problem for me. The spiciness stays a little bit longer than I'd like. So it kind of impacts the next sip at the beginning. And so while it's awesome for like a sip, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Awesome. Like you can get the cinnamon, you get the chilies, like it hits all parts of your tongue, like after you've already started to swallow. But the problem is then you get the burn.
Yes.
You get the burn of the chilies,
which I love,
and which is part of getting a beer with chilies, right? That you get that burn. But to me, the fact that it impacts the next sip, that's a problem. Like the fact that I have to wait almost this long that you're currently seeing between sips before I'm ready for a second, to me that's kind of a downside.
I'm liking it, but I do feel like the burn on my upper lip because that's where I'm getting some of this as I sip like an asshole.
No, I mean, so yeah, it's definitely one of the better spiced stouts that I've had. Yeah. Spiced as far as including chilies, like because I've had other spice, like for example, Bell's. I had one of their spiced stouts when I was at the brewery last year, and it was phenomenal. But like this one includes chilies, and it adds something really impactful. This is a very unique beer that you're not going to get at a lot of other places.
So I think we can dive right into our ratings now. We've covered the beer pretty handily.
Yeah.
As always, 2 is 2, 1, middle, down. You can figure that out from there. 2s are supposed to be rare.
Supposed to be.
I think we're going to disagree here, which is probably good because I don't think we have yet. I'm actually going to go with the 2.
Wow.
Because A, it does spice beers better than any other one that I've had.
It's true.
And B, I'm a big fan of spice. Like I love that lingering spiciness when I eat spicy food. And to have it in a drink that
so
does
we need to keep clarifying.
Well.
This is the spice in spicy food. This isn't that spice in like cinnamon and nutmeg and like other typical flavors that you might get in a spiced beer.
It's actually spicy.
It's actually spicy.
And I love that.
Yeah.
I think it works incredibly well. I didn't think it... Well, A, I didn't think it would have that much spice to it. And B, I didn't know that this much spice could work this well.
Yeah.
So...
All right, so Neil's giving it too big. I'm giving it a medium. Or middle of the road. That low. I would never argue about getting this, which is basically what this rating means. And I'm not disappointed that I purchased it. But...
The weather is.
Weather's yelling at us. But I'm not... I mean, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to get this again at all. And, like, part of it might be that, like, stouts are still a new development to me. But it also might be what I was describing, and the spiciness, it burns in your mouth after the fact. If it didn't have that after the fact burn, I might give it 1, but no. To me, it's a very solid middle stout. So I think that's basically going to wrap it up for the 7th episode of the beer review.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. Check out troughnetwork.com if you want to. That's awkward.
If you want to send us any comments, comment on the video, comment at the website. You can send us emails. And getling@troughnetwork.com, edudek@troughnetwork.com.
Love to hear from you.
Thanks very much for watching.
Cheers.